Oh my god, dude. It's right there.
There
Scroll up
go.
a bit. Oh, you're right there. I'm leaving this all in the intro of the episode.
Who's gonna say all that?
All this.
Damn, son.
That's me.
That's why.
Why not?
You know, it's fine. See your shit.
This is good because I wanted to have talking in the beginning of the episode, so I could just cut the intro right after, and then it sounds natural, you know?
Yeah. Are we gonna keep that in? Might as well, right? Like, just keep that in.
Yeah. Might as well.
Yeah.
Yo, what is up, everyone? Welcome back to Born to Create podcast, ran by Acef.media. You can listen to podcasts on YouTube, iTunes, and Spotify. Also, make sure to check us out on Instagram at Born to Create podcast. I'm one of your hosts, Ace. I'm a 20-year-old photographer, videographer, and a passionate apple pie eater. This is my co-host,
Frank, graphic designer, photographer, and video editor. So today for our podcast, we got a special guest. So this is Jag. Please tell a bit about yourself.
So what's up? I'm Jag, JAGMOTION12. I just said it anyways. I don't know, but I guess it works. Who cares, right? Yeah. But I'm a photographer here in Ottawa as well. I'm like a lot like those two guys, but I know I specialize more into just the photography realm at the moment. But yeah, I'm exploring. Yeah, I'm doing stuff.
Very true.
I'm using my brain. You know, that's the thing I can do sometimes. Not all the time, but you know, it happens. It happens.
So what is it like being a black photographer compared to, like, say, us being a white photographer?
I think it's quite a little bit different because I believe I'm not taken as seriously.
Okay.
Most of the time, because it's not that the fact that I'm not taken as seriously by, like, you know, like other folks and whatnot. I'm not taken seriously by black people. Okay. It's not even like white people or like other colors, or they're just like, I guess it's not that great. No, it's literally black people would be like, probably not better than the other guy. Yeah. Literally, that's how it is, and it kind of sucks because it's like, no, guys, we're all black here. Come on, try to support me, like, at least a little bit, right? But no, yeah, nothing.
That's fair. So, what does your family think about you being a photographer?
Ooh, family. Okay.
Hey, you wanted to ask the questions on the spot.
That's facts, man. But family, man. Honestly, I think in my family, the biggest support I have right now is probably my older brother.
Okay.
Yeah, but the rest, well, no, see, my younger siblings don't care because they just, you know, they just don't care, right? But my parents, there's like zero support coming from that lane. So it's essentially a lot of me, and then my older brother helps me a lot with, like, sometimes if I need, like, to pay some stuff, or I want to buy something, and then he helps me out a little bit. Like, that's the type of support I mean, right? Yeah. But if it comes to, like, yeah, you can do it, buddy. I'm gonna hire you for photography for this event and this event. Yeah, no, no, that is not happening at all, ever.
All right. So parents. Knowing that, how did you start photography then? How'd you pick it up?
Essentially, it was after an entire year of not knowing what to do after I graduated college, and it was like, okay, well, you got to do something that you're obviously interested in, and it's either that it was. I love cars, by the way. Like, I love the living crap out of cars.
But you don't shoot cars.
Strange, I know, right? I do want to. It's like I actually went to a car show last year, and I wanted to go and shoot some. And I brought my camera out, and I shot pictures of the cars and whatnot, and I had some really good shots. And then that folder is, oof, God, I have absolutely
no backup.
Bingo. I don't know where it is, man. Back on point. The hell was that talking about? Yeah, so after a year, just kind of like trying to figure out like what I wanted to do, or like which road I'm going on and whatnot. I thought of going back to school and take like a mechanics program because I really like cars and I really wanted to work on cars. That's always the thing I wanted to do. But I knew for a fact that, like, look, man, you chose the path of art, you're stuck in it now. Okay. Like, I couldn't leave art alone. I just couldn't. So I had no choice to find something else, and I'm gonna go way back in time. 12th grade. I went to a school, Beatrice Village here in Orleans. Frank went to the same school. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. Anyways, but in that school there was a program specialized in art, right? So when I was in that program, I literally went into that program. It was fun, and then the teacher gave me an assignment, a project essentially, and that project was take 3 pictures, and 2 of them are edited. 2 of them are not edited, and then the third one is. But it has to be in an artistic style of a certain period, right?
Oh, okay.
And then you gave those in, right? And the first picture was literally a picture of my balcony in like a super weird angle. The second picture was a picture of my stove with like it was super dark and eerie because there was like there was like a black vignette around it and it looked like super eerie. And then right in the center frame there was a Bible passage that was saying some pretty dark things if you think about it, right? And like that was one of them. And then the last one was literally a picture of my Xbox that I essentially turned into a oh man. Shoot. What's the art piece? And it's like a bunch of faces of what's her face, Madonna, and they're like a bunch of different colors. I forgot what was that called. You know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah.
It's
Andy Warhol.
There you go, Andy Warhol. It was like a Andy Warhol piece with like a bunch of my Xbox essentially, like a bunch of different colors, and it's cool. I like Xbox. I used to play it, right? So that was it. And then when I gave him that project, my teacher was like, "Dude, you have a really good eye for photography. Like, you should really go into it." And I was like, "Oh, okay, cool, thank you." And I didn't listen to him at all. So after a year of struggling, figuring out what I wanted to do, I remember that story, and I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna take one of my paychecks, buy a camera, download an app on my phone that tells me like different things like apertures and all that stuff. And
it's basically what they use for film cameras. Almost.
Exactly. Okay, yeah. And I just started reading up on that, and then when I bought my camera, I had like more understanding on how to use it, and then I just started from there. And it's been a whole year now. Now I'm doing pretty good.
It's pretty sweet. Pretty good story, actually.
I told you I talk a lot. Like I told you from the beginning, man. I talk a lot, man. Dude.
Fair enough, man.
Don't even remember doing that project.
Really?
Yeah. No, we had some crazy projects.
Which teacher did you have? Because I had Mr. Cote for that project.
Oh, okay. I had Monsieur Farah.
Oh, fair enough.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
So what we did, we had like we had an animal. You had to pick an animal. So it's kind of like.
I'm just gonna pause you real quick. Ace doesn't get it, so I'm just gonna shut him out the conversation.
Oh man. So that's how I got into actually Photoshop and editing a lot. It's from that. So I had a bear, and then you had to pick 14 animals.
That's his chair. That's his chair. He told me if I wanted my own chair, I bring it. I didn't know that, so I sat on his chair, and his chair is terrible. That's his fault.
That's why I bought a new chair.
Yeah, you should buy 2 new chairs next time.
$600, man.
Oh, sounds like a personal problem.
This
guy's like, I'm not bad. You gonna fund him, bro?
Oh man,
you gonna fund him?
Oh nah.
Hey,
for a chair?
There'll be some in the new house. Whenever in a couple of years when I get that.
A new house?
Yeah.
Couple of years?
Yeah.
Wait, man, come on, push that further. Push that further. Are you paying rent here?
No.
Push that way further. It's like, yo,
save up.
Just save up, man. Push that project like.
Yeah, a couple of years.
Yeah, 15 freaking years.
And I'm living here for 15 years.
Fucking I will.
You ain't living here for 15 years.
I would.
I don't think I'll be allowed to live here for 15 years.
Shit, that's a good point. That's a good point. Who knows? Oh shit. Back to your story, Frank. I'm so sorry.
Oh, it's all good.
I'm so sorry. Anecdotes, man. I like opening paragraphs. Go ahead.
So yeah, I had my base animal, which was like a bear, and I had to put 14 to 17 different animal parts into that one bear.
Like
so,
stitched?
No,
or like
Photoshop.
Shit, my bad. Okay.
Yeah, pick up a couple animals.
Frankenstein stuff. Yeah, I wanted to have a big
I swear, normal kid.
Don't believe you. No, not one bit.
Oh man.
But Photoshop.
Well, yeah. So it was like 14 little like animals. Like I had like snake eyes and like like dragon tails, like random stuff all put together. And then put it in the background. So like that's how I learned how to do a lot of Photoshop.
That's cool.
That's how I started.
Cool. Photoshop for me was it's probably your next question actually. But
Nope.
I don't know. But Photoshop for me is when I was in college. I didn't have a choice to use it because of all the 3D work out there. I really didn't have a choice to use Photoshop, so that's where I learned most of my Photoshop skills. But I'm learning even because I find there's like a huge difference between Photoshop for 3D and Photoshop for photography. It's the same program, but the way you use it is like 2 completely different things, and I found that pretty dope. For the fact that I know both of them, so I know for a fact that like, hey, if one day I want to do something trippy, I'm like, yeah, I got some 3D knowledge. I can apply to that and do something dumb. But Shit, I mean,
Do it.
Oh,
How
that'd be
nice
pretty
is
sweet.
I honestly, this is the hardest thing that's been bugging my mind for the longest time is how to put 3D into photography. I can do 3D into videography.
Yeah.
That's easy. 3D into photography though, that's me crying all day, not knowing what's going on.
Sounds like me building a website.
Actually, me building a website, it was pretty good.
That's not for me.
What'd you use?
Use Wix.
He doesn't code.
I don't know how to code.
That's fair. I don't know.
Oh, okay.
I used to code, but I don't remember how. But I used Wix at first, but I ended up using Squarespace.
I couldn't use Squarespace.
Why?
I could not figure it out.
It's so easy.
I know, but I couldn't figure it out, so I just used Wix.
You want me to help you?
No, I'm good. I got Wix. It's almost done.
It's almost done?
Yeah.
You sure about that?
Yeah. It's not a sponsored video, by the way.
No. It's not really. Squarespace, Wix, yeah.
Just Kirtland water. Right there.
Yeah, we're sponsored by Kirtland Water right here. Great
Yeah, we'll send them an invoice.
natural spring water. This looks like, like off-brand shit. This is like the water.
It's Costco.
there you go. It's like it's like the no-name
It's like
stuff.
the $3 2 or 4 cases of water.
Yeah, that's it.
Smart.
Yeah, we're sponsored by Kirtland. No, we're not.
No. What nationality are you?
I'm Haitian by blood, Canadian by heart. What does that mean? What does that mean? What does that mean? That means by blood, my parents are from Haiti. I'm actually first generation immigrant from my parents. So my parents immigrated here back in 1993, and then I was born in 96. So, and then, I've been living here all my life in Ottawa, the worst city on planet Canada.
All right.
I'm planet Canada.
Yeah. The reason I don't like Ottawa is just boring.
Everyone says that though.
Because there's not much to do. I'm not gonna lie. There are events and like activities you could do. I'm not saying it's like it's boring for everybody, but for me, for the amount of energy I have and the amount of stuff I want to do in the future, Ottawa is not really a place.
So you be in like a Toronto or New York or
Exactly.
Like LA.
I'm scared of the States. I'm black, man. Come on. I'm scared of America. It's a scary place, man.
That's fair.
I like being there. I went there once. I went to visit some family, actually. It was a 17-hour drive to Atlanta, Georgia in the summer, which is the dumbest time to go to Atlanta, Georgia. Do you want to know why? It's stupid hot. It's dumb hot. Like, it's hot to the point where it's like, why?
I've been to Jamaica in the summer, okay.
That's different, though. Because Jamaica is, like, natural heat. It's not humid, like, all that.
You got some air passing by.
Exactly.
Okay.
Like,
it's like
Georgia heat, you got air, but it's hot. So it's not real. It's like, I get it though, but like it has like cool heats in like Jamaica too. But like in Georgia, it was just like, hey, you know what? No, we're just hot, man.
That's fair.
We're just hot all the time. Do you know what I did? I was there for an entire week. You know what I did for the entire week? I left the house 3 times because the house didn't have air conditioning. But it was better being inside than outside because outside, not only it was hot, but the wind was hot. So it was like double heat, right? But inside, it was just hot. So it was tolerable heat. Well, no, it wasn't, but I was literally laying on my stomach and just sweating, watching TV for like an entire week. And then on the before last day, before the Sunday, because we left on the Sunday, on Saturday, we tried to go to Six Flags, the water park. But we went too late, so they were closed by the time we got there, and it was like 2 p.m. I'm like, why are you closed that early? dumbest weekend. Dumbest week I passed. Oh yeah, I played basketball outside in that heat. That was stupid. Talk about a heat stroke that I didn't get, but my head was hurting from the heat. Yo, it was, man, I'm telling you, don't go there in the summer, man. Just go there in like winter or fall. Summer is just.
I don't think I plan on going there at all.
I was like, unless you got something to do there, don't bother. Like, honestly. Oh, and it's so. I have a really good story about Atlanta, but I'll tell it another time.
So, what was your upbringing like then?
My upbringing was very sheltered, actually, because my parents are like super hardcore Christians.
Okay.
So it was like very like I'm Christian myself, like I believe in God and all that stuff, but I'm not gonna start.
Preaching it.
Yeah, I'm not gonna start hassling it. I mean, look at me, man. I swear a crap ton.
That's true.
Like, I'm not a saint. I know who I am. I'm friggin' Jag, man.
Yeah.
I'm a human being. Like, I'm full of sin. But yeah, so it was really sheltered. It was very like a Christian upbringing. So I didn't have access to a lot of stuff. I came really late into almost everything. The only thing I didn't come late into was video games. because that's one thing my parents bought for like me and my older brother at a young age, and then we were allowed to play that and whatnot. But like music came late into that. Freaking fashion, I came super late into fashion, as you can tell. Like I get super late into fashion. I came late into a lot of stuff, but I think I'm still happy I had that upbringing, because now that I'm much older and like I understand more things, having an upbringing like that, it feels like everything's new to me. Everything's like a fresh experience, right? So it makes everything fun. Like when I went clubbing for the first time, I hated it.
I hate clubbing.
Yeah, I hate it. I hate going to the club. But if I went clubbing at a young age, I might have liked it, right?
That's true.
I might have liked it, which is not bad. I don't say clubbing shit. I'm just saying, like, I don't like clubbing because now I'm older and I understood, like, okay, people go to the club to essentially do this one thing, right? And I'm like, that's not what I'm here for. I kind of just want to dance and have fun. But I'm like, first of all, I'm not a good dancer. I'm gonna say that right now. My definition of fun is probably way different than yours. So I'm just gonna say that straight from, yeah, I'm weird. I'm just weird. But yeah, so having a sheltered upbringing was shitty when I was young. It was definitely it sucked because I just, you know, I was talking to my friends and they have all these things, and all the stuff they know and whatnot. And I'm like just this boy, just like I don't know anything.
Yeah,
I'm just literally. You know nothing, Jon Snow. Like it was that bad. It was like it sucks. But now that I'm much older, I'm actually happy with that upbringing because it makes everything like a new fun experience. It's cool.
That's pretty dope.
I like it.
Yeah, that's pretty dope.
Shoot me some questions, boy. Shoot me some questions. Ooh, I'm on fire. Let's go.
So we're on the car right here. Nice long car, right?
It's not that long.
Okay.
Dude, it is a 28-minute drive.
That's not long.
Why do you live far from civilization? Civilization. There you go. Shit, I'm a fumble. Yeah.
Do you know how many times I've driven to pick Frank up? It's not that far.
Okay.
It's not that far.
Oh man. Anyways, we're talking about like you doing a magazine cover for somebody or a magazine piece.
True.
Talk about that?
I did a shoot for Shifters magazine. People who don't know, they're actually pretty cool because they do a lot of partner stuff with a lot of different people. Because essentially, with their stuff with Shifters, the main goal is because I talked to the owner the goal of Shifters.
Black guy too.
Yeah, it's a black guy. It's African dude. He's super cool. And first generation immigrant too. Yeah, and he's doing crazy stuff too. Man. He knows like a lot of people, and his clientele is insane. Like, he's making stupid money. Anyways, the point of the whole Shifter magazine is essentially like for people that believe for mostly because their target audience, their target client, I mean, is mostly like old folks, people that think like, oh yeah, my job. Like they just closed out my job, so I don't have a job anymore. But they had a side business, but then now they want that side business to now be their main work. Shifters essentially what they do is that they're like essentially like a DJ Khaled for like old folks. They connect people together to make whatever the dream is happen. Okay, that's essentially what it is, and it's super cool. And I was hired by Shifters for this lady that actually lives where you clear. Well, 48 minutes further, but
48 minutes further from
from my house, it took 48 minutes to get there.
Okay, so like 10 minutes further.
From my house, it took 28 minutes to get there.
Okay, so like 20 minutes away.
Yeah, like exactly. So it's near Cornwall. It's super far. I was like, why are we going?
Cornwall's like an hour for me.
It's not at Cornwall. It's just near Cornwall.
Okay, I know. Yeah. I kind of know what you're talking about.
From here, it's like, what the hell? But no, she was like super nice lady, and it was a shoot for her website. So essentially, Shifters, they hire people, like people they know and connect them through their client, and that's how you get the work done. And I did a shoot with them, and it was super dope. It was actually the second shoot I did for Shifters. Yeah, the first shoot I actually shot the 3, essentially like facial appearance of Shifters, because there's 2 owners. There's one guy that's mostly business and the whole money stuff, and then there's the other owner. He's the one taking care of the like social media and all that stuff. And then there are 3, and I actually did a photo shoot with all 3 of them. And that was the time where I was sending you the pictures with my color toning. That's what happened. It was that studio shoot. Yeah, it screwed up my whole color toning. It's terrible. But yeah, no, it was good. I like working with them. They're actually really fun to work with. Yeah. I'm actually super good friends with one of them, so it's cool. LJ.
That's sweet. Yeah, I know they're starting a new food show with one of the food bloggers in Ottawa.
Yeah. That's what they do. They just take business and just skyrocketed.
Build a machine.
Literally build a machine. It's crazy.
That's pretty sweet.
It's dope.
So I want to kind of bring it back to being like a black photographer a little bit.
Sure.
So, do you notice like a difference when shooting different skin tones, as well as the difference in the people between being like, let's say for instance, like let's say colored, just as like a broad spectrum, and between being like white?
Honestly, I'm gonna start with skin tone first. It's literally quite the same for me, anyways. Like, when I edit. When I'm playing with skin tones, the color I play with the most is orange, because I realize whether it's from regular lights or like studio lights, or it's from sunlight or anything, I realize that the color orange is always there, right? So even like, let's say I was editing Frank right now, right? Like right now, if you look at the camera, or whatever, when you guys are gonna watch the video, essentially like you would see right now Frank is like super white and pale, right? Because the light's directly on him. But like when I would edit that, orange would be the color essentially controlling that white, that intensity of white. Yeah. I guess it's my computer. I don't know. I don't know, but that's what I play with. And I realize with either I'm shooting colored people or I'm shooting white people, it's orange is like the main color I play with. And then when for white people I play with orange and red, and then for black people it's literally just orange. Okay. Yeah. Or like let's say if I shot with like, I don't know, with another person that's colored or like brown. Yeah. Right? It's like a lighter tone. It'd still be orange. You know, so it's not hard when it comes to like editing different like color tones. Yeah, it's really not complicated. Well, not for me anyways. Yeah. But in terms of like how people are, do you mean like how comfortable they are around me, like as a black person and they're like colored?
I guess like in general, like do you notice a difference in like, let's say their humor or like their comfortability with like posing and stuff like that, or like being photographed? Like do you notice like a huge difference? Like
black girls look crazy, man. Black girls are crazy, man. I'm okay. No, all right. No, I'm gonna be super real with you guys. Okay, you know when you know you're on social media and all those stuff, and then you see what all those black girls are doing, taking pictures like super like crazy and stuff. This is for all black girls. It literally doesn't matter. Every photo shoot I've went to with a black girl, she started being like, "Hey, what's good? Hey," and then posing like all the poses, man. So it's. And then I realized that like when you're shooting like white people, they're like at first they're like, oh, you know, I'm not too sure, but then of course like you ease them into it, you get them more comfortable and whatnot, and when they're comfortable, they're about as bad. Like they're about as bad, maybe like a little like less, but they're about like as in your face as like black girls are. But black girls, it's like straight like, boom, I am in yo, and it's like yo. I get it. You're excited. It's cool. We're gonna take pictures. It's gonna be fun. But you gotta chill for me for a minute, because I need to get used to you now. Like I need to get used to you. Because you just it's the other way around, right? When you're just hanging out with like whatever the model, and because what I like to do when I go on shoots, I like to like chat with the model for maybe like 5-10 minutes before we start, just to like get them comfortable and whatnot. Yeah. Black people though, it's like it's not even like a 5-minute chat. You're right. It's like, yo, what's up? I was like, yeah, what's good? I'd be like, shit, man. Like, I thought I had to. Okay, so I guess we're taking pictures right now. Right? It's straight from the go, right? I'm not saying all of them. I'm saying like most of them. Because obviously, like some of them are shy and like really, you know, like make them comfortable and shit. But majority of the time, black girls, man, dude, they are crazy. I can tell you that they are crazy, but they're fun. I think out of all of them, I like shooting black girls because they're fun to shoot with, because of the extreme energy they have. Is insane, man. They're down to do anything. Like about any pose, they'll probably be down to do. That's fair. Right. So you don't need like I get it. Some posers like way too extra, and you don't want to do that with them. But like oftentimes, if you show them, you just explain them like why you want to do it. You just be like, yeah, do it. Let's go. They're usually like the most cool down people to do stuff with. So it sucks though, because all my clientele is black, and I hate it.
Hey, that could be your niche though. And then you just gotta be strong in your niche.
Okay.
Profit off of that.
Let me tell you something about black people though.
All right.
Black people are freaking stingy, dog. They will not give you money if you beg on your knees. They just won't. They just won't. It can't, honestly, unless I've been doing photography for like years now, and I am renowned, well-known photographer, Black people don't give a damn. They just don't care, man. It's hard like that. It's hard. I have more Black clientele, true, because I'm friends with a lot of them, right? But in terms of like people who are actually like willing to pay, or who actually like want to pay and whatnot,
Yeah.
Black people oftentimes aren't the ones paying me. I can tell you right now.
That's fair. That's fair.
I am drinking the shit out of this bottle.
You want another
Oh,
one?
it's all good. I'm
Yes.
already done.
Are you actually? Did you get
I'm
a
done
second
the
one?
other one, yeah.
Damn, man.
You guys want another one?
Yeah, please.
Yeah.
I talk a lot. I'm sorry.
First time leaving the podcast, huh?
It's fine, man. Honestly, guys, he's not that great.
Just turn on.
I see how it is.
But yeah, no.
Take over.
To be fair, like this is my podcast now. It's called the JAGMOTION podcast.
12. Don't say 12.
I hate you so much.
It's already taken.
Oh, dude, I'm so sad. I lost the 12, man. Like I had to add the 12. Like, honestly, this is the craziest part about JAGMOTION. I am the only one. I'm the second person with JAGMOTION in the entirety of Instagram.
Okay, so
do you know how rare it is to have your name taken by another dude? It's like, this is how original it was. There's only two of us, and the other guy, like that's why I don't want to take his JAGMOTION from him, because he's actually using his account.
Right,
he's
there you
not
go.
just like a silent account not doing anything. He's actually doing stuff. Right, so I don't want to be like, hey man, can I get JAGMOTION and whatnot? Like, I'll pay you or something. Like, I don't want to do that because he's actually using his account, and I'm sure he's doing pretty good for himself, right? So I don't want to be the guy be like,
take over.
Exactly, the takeover. I'm like, no, JAGMOTION's mine. I'm like, no, that's not me.
So why 12? Is there a reason why you picked 12?
12 is actually
you were 12 when you made it.
No, 12 is actually my favorite number. 12 and 14.
All right, guys.
So I just 12. That's why I chose 12. It's either 12 or was it 14? I chose 12.
Hey, fair enough. I mean, it's working out for you.
Yeah. I mean, people just call me JAGMOTION.
Yeah.
And then completely forget about the 12. And I'm like, yes.
Just like mine.
That's exactly what I want. Exactly what I want. Forget about the 12. It's not there. It's just a number to differentiate myself from the other guy. That's what it is. When he's crazy.
Starts an Instagram brawl. Dude, Loki's your neighbor. Like, you don't know.
Dude, I would honestly be like the shittiest brawl. Because it would be like us two Jags just be like, hey, stop that. Stop that right now. You can't use that. I used it first. I'm like, no, I'm doing something dumb. It's just ridiculous. So I'm like, nah, it's cool. It's cool.